Hey y'all, how's everything going? Spent the last 4 days, a couple hours a day. Excuse me, let me move this seat a little bit. Cleaning out my toolboxes. Took one drawer at a time, emptied them out, dusted everything, wiped everything off, put everything back in its proper place. I found stuff I forgot I had. I found stuff that I couldn't find. And I found a bunch of stuff that I don't know why I have it. But anyway, I got a little bit more to go. But I'm tired of doing that, so what are we going to do? Let's talk some more fishing. I'll show y'all some of the saltwater tackle that we use around here, what I use. First off, I'm going to show you this light, these LED light bulbs. Now my friend Eric, I was talking to him this morning up at town. I went all the way to town by myself and made it back home without getting lost and without crashing. Seen somebody I know, had a nice conversation. So that's pretty cool, I think. Anyway, your standard stick light is on the back of most boats. And this is a short one, this is a 2 foot. Or 2.5 foot something. I really need a long one, but I can modify this and I'll do that in another video. But these come with the old-fashioned light bulbs in them, and they burn a lot of power, a lot of juice. And they will tell you anywhere you go that there is not an LED replacement bulb for that. But there is. There's one right there. Well, switching to LED, it really takes a lot of pressure off your battery, and it's a lot brighter too. And these, all they do is unscrew, unplug it, plug a new one in. Let's see, I've got a package of them here, I'll show you, and there's a part number on there. Alright, now of course they come from China, come in 2 packs just like that. Now the only thing you might have to do is where the little wire leads are, where it makes contact with the plug. You might have to take a little pocket knife, a little pen knife, and move that wire out just a little bit so it gets a good contact. I had to do that on mine, but it's no big deal. Now I'm going to put this right here. I hope you can see that number. Alright, and I'll put a link to the light place where Ken actually ordered these, and Brother Ken ordered these. And I'll put a link to the light place where he's getting all these lights, the LED lights that I showed you in the boat and all those. And there's another one of those projects coming up here in a day or two whenever I can get Ken over here to help me with it. Alright, tackle. Let's talk about tackle. Saltwater. Hit the camera down here. This is a box of soft plastic, and I use soft plastic a lot more in saltwater than I do freshwater. I'm almost never in freshwater unless it's a rubber worm, the bass fish, or something like that. If you can see it, this box, I've had it so long. The Red Man Chewing Tobacco Flambeau fishing box combo. It came, when I got it, it came full of chewing tobacco. And you use all your chewing tobacco up, and you got a storage box. Tilt that down, make sure we can see it good. Now this is stuff I've had for a long time, and I use it mainly for speckled trout fishing in the fall and in the spring. See, it's all turned this way, so let's turn the box this way. Alright, this is DOA brand. These are just some soft plastic grubs. These are stuffed with shrimp. They work pretty well. And these are all the same thing, just different colors. Now trout will bite all of these. Just a lot of times it depends on what day it is and what color to use. You just have to throw a bunch of them, figure out which is which. Now keep these in the package because of that shrimp stuffing that's in there, so it won't dry out. And which one is this one? Yeah, this is a jerkbait, same type thing, a little bit longer than the other ones. There's another one, and now this is a more of a bass worm, but speckled trout will bite it too. They like that color sometimes. Now this one comes salted. It's got salt in it. And that's a plain old bass worm. It's in the wrong place. More bass worms. Now some of these brands you can't even get anymore. That's how old these things are. But like I said before, you get your stuff, take care of it, store it properly, and it'll last you for years. Some more of those salted ones there, a little bit different color. Now these, excuse me, by far are one of the best. It's a DOA shrimp, artificial shrimp. They are also stuffed with real shrimp. You see I've used one of these. These work very well too. And there's a package of, that's bass hooks, freshwater. So any of these will work. So let me get one of these down here and I'll show you how to rig them, or how I rig them. See, we'll use one of those. No, we won't. We'll use one of these. Alright, I keep a few other type soft plastics, all different styles and colors. We've got a box here and a box here. And also these work better for the larger speckled trout and stripers, striped bass, and hybrid stripers. We have both of those here. These silver spoon, well, you need that on it, yes. Silver spoons, those work well too. They look like a little bait fish flopping around in the water. Put that back there. And let's get rid of that. Now these here, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to open that. I'll use one of these. Same exact thing. Let's see, we use this. Use one of these. Right, these we use a jig head. It's a weighted jig head called lead heads. Just thread it through there. Just like that. Now, a lot of times in the fall time, the speckled trout, they come out of the bay and out of the Gulf, and they come up in the river to spawn. The colder it is, the better it is. And what I'll do, I'll take these, put them behind the rod, put them behind the boat, and just troll down the river until I find a school, and then I'll just float around in the river and cast and catch them. They'll bite almost any of these. Like I said, whatever day it is, whatever color they want. The most popular, what I've always done the best on, is that color right there. White with a red tail. Or these, same thing, white with a red tail. That's the most common and the best. Now the way, all you do with this, tie it straight to the line with that knot that we've been using. Or sometimes if they won't bite that one, you can get a white one, a white head. Sometimes they'll bite that, and you can even get them in a pink type color. Let's look in here and see if there's anything different in here. And some different colors in here. These are clear with the flakes in it. These will work well sometimes. There's some more of those DOAs in here. Alright, that is a top dog, top water bait. They will bite those a lot of times early in the morning, about daylight. Throw that out, just bounces around on top. And there's several different of these. There's a mullet bomber, mirror lures, mirror lure brand. They work well. Yes, there's a couple of those in there. Now that's the soft plastic part of it, the artificial bait. Now I like to live bait fish a lot too. It's like we talked about the other day. Sometimes fish you live bait right on the bottom. Bluegill, pinfish, a little mullet, bull minnow, whatever you can catch, any kind of bait. These little corks for a smaller bait, and these bigger corks for a bigger bait. Now I don't use these a lot, every now and then, but these are over $1 a piece, and I really hate to lose those. On occasion I'll use a leader, a steel leader, or Spanish mackerel, king mackerel, that type of fish, because they've got very sharp teeth. When they attack something, they'll cut the line if you're not careful, and you lose that fish, and we all know we don't like losing fish. Now dead bait on the bottom, there's a couple of different rigs you can use. Where's my swivel guys? My swivel guys want to know why I don't use a swivel. Alright, there's a swivel right there. I'm going to show you how to do that, how we do that. Alright, we're going to pretend that this is the end of our line coming off our pole. Do make a loop. Nothing fancy, plain old loop knot. Where's my little knife at? There we go. You make your loop, snip it off like that. Now we're going to take our swivel, come through, run it back through that loop. Alright, then we have a swivel on the end of the line. Okay? Now we'll put that aside for a minute. Now this is a double hook rig. It's been used around here for years and years and years and years. We used to fish this way out on the Bay Bridge, the old Bay Bridge. Move that a little bit. It's the only way we would fish. It's a 2-hook rig. Alright, very top of your line, make a loop. It's exactly like you did with a swivel. Excuse me. Alright, you go down about 5 or 6 inches, grab your line, make you a larger loop. This will tie you another loop knot. Well, you got to get both of them in there. Tie you another loop knot. Right behind that knot, tie another knot. 2 knots. And what that's for is if you get something good size on there and he starts pulling, it'll pull this knot against that knot before it goes all the way to the hook. Alright, now from that one, go down a few more inches, do the exact same thing. Plain old loop knot. Another loop knot. Okay, now go down just a little bit further this time. And this is where your sinker is going to go. Tie you a single loop knot, or you can tie a double knot there if you want to. I do one. All right, let's see. Let's move the camera up this way and see if we can see the whole thing, and then we'll put some stuff on it. All right, there's your rig right there. Here, let's see if I can find a sinker. And wouldn't you know, I don't have a sinker right here. I'm going to step out to my other box and grab one right quick. So hang on, I'm going to leave the camera running because I want to try to do it all in one thing. Alright, that didn't take but a minute. Now we used to use a sinker that looks like a pyramid sinker, and you can still get them, but you don't have to use that. I'm going to use one like this. See, I think you can see better down here. There we go. It's got the little thing on it. And your longest end on your rig that you just made is going to be this one here. Same thing. Put your sinker on there. Same thing, loop knot, just run your loop through it. Take the whole thing back through. And that'll stay right there. Now hooks, these are Eagle Claw 2/0 plain shanks. A little bit different than the bait holders used the other day. Bait holders have little ear type things on them back here. Those will work too. Any kind of hook you want to use. And these go on the same way. Through and back around. Just like that. And go up to your next one. Now when you put these on, you want your hook facing the left, sitting there looking at it to the left. And I'll show you why in just a minute. Put that on there. like that. Lift it up. Okay, see there? 2 hooks, your sinker, and your loop. Now the reason you want them hooks to sit to the left, because you want them to turn them the other way. They'll face away from the line, and when it hits, when it sinks, it won't float out properly. That's just the way I was taught. Alright, to hook it to the pole, remember here's our swivel. Use those good tools that you have. Put your swivel on here, close it up, and there you go. Just like that. What that'll do is a lot of times you catch a catfish, an old saltwater catfish, they'll do that death roll thing on you. And while they're doing that, your swivel will spin. Or if you break it off at the hook or break it off at the sinker, all you gotta do is take it loose, and you still, 9 times out of 10, you still got your swivel on your line. You just make you another rig and hook it back up like that. So for my swivel guys that ask, do you ever use a swivel? Yep, sometimes. Now the other rig, popular rig used to bottom fish with, bait fish, is exactly like the catfish rig that I showed you the other day. Same thing, no difference. Pardon me. Alright, so there's a little bit of saltwater fishing talk. Now this fall, when the trout start coming in the river and it gets cool, I will absolutely be down there, and we'll do some video on some speckled trout fishing with the soft plastics and with these, and I'll show you what that's all about. So, hope you enjoyed that. I gotta put all this stuff away. Next project coming up. Y'all remember back when we made the underwater fishing light, or tried to make it, and then I destroyed the thing at the very end putting it together? We have coming up all the new parts to do it all over again, and we'll get into it a little bit more when we do it. I want to do that with Ken here because he's more patient with things than I am. I found a different plastic tube to make it out of. This is a tube that covers the fluorescent light bulbs, those plastic tubes. I walked right past them when I was looking for the other one before and never noticed it, but that's going to work. So we will get on that shortly. Get this settled back down. Alright, let's see, I had one more question. Yes, I have lost a good bit of weight through my little ordeal here. Ever since I came home from the hospital, I don't have much of an appetite. My wife is forcing me to eat a little bit at breakfast time when I take my meds, and at night she can't get me convinced to eat lunch because I don't want anything to eat. I feel like I'm bloated. But I guess that'll pass. I think it's because I'm not burning a lot of calories. I'm not doing a lot. I think that's what it is. But I will ask the doctor when I go back. But I normally run from 210, 215 pounds, somewhere in there, which the doctor says is about right. I'm down now to little less than 200. So if I gain it back, that's fine, as long as I don't go over the 215 mark. If I don't gain it back, that's fine too. Just my clothes are starting to, a lot of them are falling off of me. And that's why I'm not wearing my fancy new YouTube man shirt. It's because I think that was in my closet, but I think it's actually one of my oldest sons, and it's way too big for me. Looks a little funny. But both of my boys are way bigger than me. So anyway, that's what's going on around here. And I'll get you another video with this light. And I've got some more lights to hook up on the boat, and we'll do a different one with that. That'll be one day the next couple of weeks. It's too hot to get out there and do it right now for me. I think everybody watching this is probably in the heat wave. So, but keep in mind, y'all's heat wave that's bothering y'all so bad, it's that way every year here. So, anyway, enough rambling. Y'all know me, I'll go rambling. I'm gonna finish my coffee. Good old community coffee, what we like around here. My wife was at work and I went to town this morning and I stopped at the bakery and I actually stole a cup of coffee. So. Uh-oh. And I think the boss is gonna watch this, she knows. I'll pay you for my coffee when I come back. Alright, y'all have a good day. Take care of yourself. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. We'll see you next time.